This is World of Tanks daily commentary. We're going to look at the forums. Log in real quick so I don't repeat anything. And I have not read the forums yet for today. Is this really random? You may have heard that nothing is random. Mathematically, there's a formula, and with computers, you can predict. If you use the same formula, you always have the same series of numbers. There's no such thing as randomness in computer technology. It's called pseudo randomness. But over time, everything averages out, so it doesn't matter. You know, whatever people are complaining about, they don't know what they're talking about. This is just a nonsense conversation. You don't have to worry about RNG or randomness. It's fair. Why do some argue against skill-based matchmaking? I've never heard anyone argue against skill-based matchmaking. I don't know if we did this one. Crew 2.0 and field modifications. I think field modifications will be a great addition, but there's flaws with it that I addressed in a previous video. Wargaming birthday missions up. That means that there might be some free prizes, a free light tank coming up soon. I'm sure this is going to be exciting. Battle Pass just reached Final 50, heroes and villains. Wheeled tank users in a nutshell. I'm sure that person's incompetent. Defender versus 252U. They are both the same. I have the Defender. The Defender has the custom camo. Now keep in mind, if you have the custom camo that's built into the vehicle, you might not get the same camouflage as if you get the regular vehicle and use regular camo. It used to be that way. I don't know if it's the same way now. Could be my tinfoil hat is too tight. Probably is. 60 million. I guess they want all the players to quit. So World of Tanks was or is one of the top 5 video games or free online video games. It's been at number 2 and maybe at number 1. And I believe they set the record for most players online at the same time. Tier 10 reward vehicles. We're going to look at that. Wargaming buffed artillery. So let's look at these. If the crew only has one tank train the player wants to replace, the cost should be capped. He's just complaining about the cost. And these are just numbers that you shift either increase or decrease. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't said anything. If you feel that your fragile ego can't handle a change in a video game, do us a favor and leave now. I don't support this type of thing. I know I might joke around, but you know, the game is for everybody. It's not just for the guys that stat pad or whatever. If you want to be a loser and lose every game and goof around, you have the right to do that. I did that so many times. If you watch my videos from 7 years ago, I used to just goof around all day long. Never took the game seriously. 50 more to go. Lots of good stuff to get. There is, but I think they should make the rewards progressive. Like if you're at level 1, you should get a smaller reward. If you're at the higher level, you get a bigger reward. And they kind of do it. Let's say you earn silver. In the first 10, maybe you get 25,000. The next 10, you get 50,000. The next 10, you get 75,000. That's what I mean by making it progressive. And they do kind of do it. Wheeled tanks in a nutshell. 14 seconds.
Ammo rack is hit. We're lucky it didn't blow.
Oh, he rammed into an SPG FV207 and died. Come on, why do they gotta do this shit? He said the S word. Defender and 252U are the same tank. Why does the 252U have a higher win rate than Defender? This is an example of why you should not trust win rates. They're identical tanks, and one has a higher win rate than the other. For example, we have the Sherman or the Churchill. They've got the tech tree version and they got the premium version. I have higher win rates on all the tech tree versions than all the premium tanks. It's something that I noticed. So that's basically what it is. You cannot trust win rates. They're garbage. I apologize if this is tinfoil hattery. Since the HE, I seem to be bouncing AP shots. I realize, you know what? I've been having a lot of shots where it says did not penetrate. Maybe they just changed the message. I don't know. What's this? Long
Hello
video.
everyone, your residential Swiss dinosaur here. In today's video I want
I'm sorry, I don't know who this guy is. He said Swiss dinosaur, but I guess he's talking about tier 10 rental tanks. Wargaming buffed artillery. So there was a rumor that they did something to the artillery that buffed the artillery. Now, if you notice, a couple weeks ago, I two-marked all of my artillery. I think that answers your question. I was shocked at how easy it was to two-mark everything. And that's why you can't trust stats. Drop in server population. This has been happening for years. Most sensible thing? I doubt it. Free tank for my WOT birthday. Platoons need to be controlled. That's, people want to platoon. If you want to, you can also, but you're not doing it because you don't want to, and that's a fact. Sandbox survey pages. G-Sword 3D skin. This has been going on for years. He says it's going down to 16,000. I've noticed a reduction also. Maybe it will pick up again, but maybe something happened because, the people at the top, sometimes they do make bad decisions. It's happened before. Most sensible thing I've seen about Crew 2.0. He doesn't like that your zero skill BIA crews get converted into something different. I don't know what this is. Free tank for my WOT birthday, it says. Okay, what do we got here? Op tank platoons need to be controlled. I kind of disagree because, first of all, the games are random. The op tank platoon is equally going to be on your team as it is on the other team. So over the course of many games, they play on both teams. Stop complaining about it. Just deal with it. State of the game, 2.0 field mods, frontline, doing many changes, too fast. This is Warp 103. He puts a lot of work into his videos. I haven't watched them, but he definitely puts a lot. He's definitely someone who's putting a lot of work in. If you want to, I haven't watched his video yet, but I'm interested in what he has to say about field mods because I don't know much about them. G-Source skin. I guess it's a 3D skin. Too many PMs. I received many PMs this session to quit the game. Cool. Thank you for sharing it with us. Map tank icons. Aiming reticle. Everything gone. Maybe he hit the V button. Yeah, he hit the wrong key. If you hit the V button, it takes away all that stuff. Tier 5 is a lot of fun. That could be true. Will they add AP to the Jumbo E2? I think I've been playing this tank. I just marked it maybe yesterday. One good thing about Crew 2.0, 25% RNG, the real issue with the game. It's not true. Can we go back to when Artie was nerfed? Okay, we're going to be done soon. Was on mines. I'm playing the Ridge. T95 comes up behind me and parks. So basically, he blocked the guy. The guy blocked him. I think I read the Crew 2.0 special crews are converted to advisors. You can split them into other tanks. I guess if you have Offspring and Sabaton, Crew 2.0 puts them all together into the commander and assigns random skill. I mean, this. Uh, you want to make choices. We don't want random crap. Trading in 500 trash crew for 500 crew books. So maybe that's one of the new features. I think he's just goofing around. I don't know. Retraining junk crew that I never used for free until they were below 100%. Oh, I get it. Okay, this is what he's doing. If you have crew that's below 100%, you can turn them into crew books. So what he's doing is he keeps on retraining them until they're under 100%, so he can turn them into a crew book. 25% RNG, the real issue with the game. This is not true. RNG is a good thing. Too high, too low is bad. You don't want 100% RNG because then you'd be one-shotting everything or you'd be doing 0 damage on clearly hit shots. If you have 0% RNG, that means that if you have a gun with, let's say, 200 penetration and the enemy has 201 armor, you would never penetrate it. With RNG, you can. And a person would say, well, the armor penetration might be 201, but he should still penetrate sometimes because armor's not perfect and ammo's not perfect, and the world is not a perfect world. That's why you have RNG. Otherwise, if you did 100 damage per shot, you would always do exactly 100 damage per shot. You would always do the exact penetration. If it was 50, you would only do 50. You would never do 51. That's why they add RNG. It adds realism to the game. It's not an issue. This is just a stupid person who doesn't understand that over time, if your average penetration is 200, over time it will average out to 200. If you remove RNG, it still averages out to 200. That's the reason why this guy is an idiot. Earl of Grey. He's name shaming me. Same result whether you have it or not. Even if you've got 100% RNG, over time, it's still all going to average out. People are just going to complain about it. Can we please go back to when Artie was nerfed? Artie has been, it used to be so that an Artie could one-shot any tank in the game, including the most heavily armored vehicles, such as a T-95, from full health down to 0. That is when it wasn't nerfed. And it would aim amazingly fast and reload amazingly fast. It would like aim in seconds and reload in seconds. They totally nerfed Artie to where it originally was. And I need Artie because I have a high ping time. If I didn't have Artie, I would play much less because what happens when I get packet loss and I get stuck and I can't move? You do that with a light tank, you're dead. With Artie, at least you could stay in the game. Posted on the EU forum. Seriously. Bonds. He's name shaming me. What is the best way to spend 10,000 bonds? If you don't want the tank, I think you should buy directives. Because if you don't, you need to play like 500 games in a tank in order for the bonded equipment to be worth it, or you got to keep dismounting it at 200 per shot. And if you're working on gun marks and you demount each one, and let's say you play 100 games per tank, you only got to do it 5 times. It only costs you 1,000 bonds. So you either got to keep demounting your equipment or buy directives. I buy directives is what I do. Okay, that's it for today. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. Frank Beans.